All right, hello everybody. Jonathan Roberts here with Andy Elliott. I'm one of his coaches here, and I just wanted to break down a couple things for you about the automotive sales process. A lot of the stuff we teach is great skill, can bring you to great levels, but a lot of times we forget about just the simple, basic process of the automotive sales process. So we're just going to go over it. This video is for anyone. Someone brand new into sales, you're just thinking about getting into sales, you kind of want to know what it's like, or you've been selling for 20 years and just need a little refresher, this video is going to be for you. So let's get going. Hey, we all know there's a 10-step, 12-step to the sale, so I'm just going to go over the generic one that most people use, and there's a couple little tweaks here or there that I'm going to mention. But first step, it's always going to be the first step, is your meet and greet. Your meet and greet, first of all, everyone, great attitude, big freaking smile. That alone right there will help the meet and greet so much. It almost doesn't even matter what you say. As long as you have that big smile and you've got a great attitude, people will want to be around you. You'll have that infectious energy that people will want to be around. Next, the first impression. The first impression is everything. So what goes right along with that is how you present yourself from the get-go is more than likely how they're going to treat you. If you present yourself like a jackass, they're going to treat you like a jackass. If you present yourself with someone that they can be around for 2 or 3 hours, they'll stick around for 2 or 3 hours and buy a dang car from you. Next, you've got to shake everyone's hand. Everybody. I don't care if the dang 3-year-old gets out of the car, shake their hand with a big old smile, make them feel welcome. I promise you, mom and dad will look at that and go, okay, we're working with a professional here. Get everyone's name. Back when I used to sell, I was horrible with names. The minute people turned around, I'd honestly write them on my hand in little itty bitty writing. You know, one of them fine tip pens, or have a little notepad with you, jot them down, but do something to memorize everyone's name. A lot of people use some sort of, memory tool thing where they make a little rhyme or something out of it. I tried as hard as I could. Kyle. Say it a bunch when you get going. Memorize the name. People are all given their name. Everyone owns the name. They will respect you and they will fall in love with you if you remember their name and use it a couple freaking times. Crack a joke and smile. Build rapport. One of the best ways to build rapport that I used to do, look for a bumper sticker. If they got a kid that goes to ABC Middle School, holy crap, I actually live in the neighborhood. You went to ABC Middle School? They got a 12-year-old or 15-year-old, however old you are when you go to middle school, and they got a 6-year-old, you look at the 6-year-old and go, oh, you must be the honor student at ABC Middle. No, it's you. Oh, I knew it was you. Have fun with people. Enjoy them. Have fun with the kids. Have fun with the family. Whoever's around, if it's a single person, a whole family, just have fun. But build rapport, have fun, look for something that'll help you build rapport. And then compliments are huge. I said it in one of my last videos, compliments just tell people, one, if they're genuine, tell people how they are and how to treat you. If I tell you you are an amazing person, you've got an awesome smile, I promise you're going to be showing me that smile a lot more. So compliments will go a long ways. So after the meet and greet, all we're doing really quickly is we're making a best friend. Simplify this all down. You're just making a best friend really quick. And then you're going to go into the fact find and qualify. Now this shouldn't seem like steps when you're going through the sales process. It should just kind of flow into it. Hey, yeah, you guys are awesome. The middle school was great. You still have that great attitude. What type of vehicle are you guys looking for today? Is it a car, truck, SUV? You see here I wrote, ask open-ended questions. You don't want to give a question that there can be a definite no to, because that can end an entire conversation. Plus, you want them to speak. You want them to open up a little bit. This isn't the time for yes or no questions. This is a time to let them talk. If you say, hey, are you guys looking for a truck, SUV, car, whatever it is? And they just start, yeah, we've got the Suburban, the kids are out of the house, we're looking for better fuel economy, she hates black, I hate white, so we're looking for that gray, maybe. So if they just start talking and shut up and listen. But you might have to ask a few, hey, do you like light or dark colors? Keep it open. You don't want to narrow it down to one. So you see here I have questions that narrow it down, but don't lock it down. So what I mean by that, especially for the last 2 years, we haven't had inventory. So you've had to keep the questions open that, give a few options that would potentially work for the customer, but don't lock them down to a specific stock number. Because what if you don't have that stock number? Or what if you end up pulling up that stock number and they just don't love it like they thought they did? Keep it open, find their wants and needs, and then move forward. And you're going to keep building rapport and having fun during this entire time. You'll see that I put this here, have fun a lot. This whole process should be fun. If you're selling and you're doing awesome, you're having a great time. So make sure it's a great time to be at a car. Do people buy stuff in a good mood or a bad mood? Typically not a bad mood. You got to have them in a good mood. So keep having fun with your customer throughout the entire sales process. Ask those questions that really narrow it down, but don't lock it in. Needs and wants. Vehicle selection. This part is critical, and I see so many salespeople get lazy or they just don't know what to do and they screw it up. So go pick out the vehicle for the customer. If you're the person walking the lot, you know, letting the customer look at everything, one, you're confusing the customer. You're not a sales professional, you're a freaking order taker, and you've got to get to that sales professional level, but you're giving too many ideas. You're letting them look at everything. That's not really what they want. Maybe that'll work. Hey, that's really nice. Well, that's a Lamborghini. Were you going to be spending $320,000 a day? Probably not that much. Yeah, that's what you get by walking around a lot. You're all over the place. So a sales professional is going to lock it down to the right vehicle, and they're going to lock it down to the right vehicle most often every damn time. Occasionally, you might get it a little bit off, but you've done such a great job. Quick little switch would fix it up. But you're going to go pick out the vehicle for the customer. You've done your fact find and qualify. You figured out what their needs are. You figured out what their wants are. You're putting together the best vehicle. Now you've done your lot walk in the morning, so you know where all these vehicles are. You know what they're about. You know what they have. You go pick out that vehicle. You're going to drive it out and make sure make sure it's staying clean. How many times have you got a vehicle and there's a bottle sitting in the back and you're like, what the hell? Who left this here? Yeah, all your buddies getting lunch, watching the lot, eating, scrolling TikTok. Yeah, that's the guy. But make sure it's clean. Do a very quick walk around before you bring it to the customer, and then bring it up to the customer, but isolate it. The reason we isolate it is we don't want it around any other piece of metal. Think about when you go to Best Buy and there's like 40 TVs on the wall and you're like, holy crap, these TVs all look really cool in here. Which one do I want? We don't want that happening. We don't want the Best Buy experience. We want that one vehicle to stand out. It needs to be clean. It needs to shine. It needs to be the only thing in the customer's eyes because that's what they freaking want. You did your job. You brought it to them. So bring them the one they're looking for. Isolate it from all the other vehicles and make sure it is the queen of that entire lot. That's the vehicle. It gets all the attention. Next, walk the customer over to the vehicle, right? You don't need to call them in like this. Walk over to them and walk with it. Pretend like it's an unveiling. Like, hey, do you see it from back here? We're 100 feet away. Yeah. Think about how it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okay, just wait until you get close. This thing is freaking immaculate. I couldn't find a scuff, scratch, or anything on the dang thing. You're going to love it. So walk them to it, have fun with it, and then make it this giant presentation. So right onto that, we're still flowing through the process. This isn't bam, bam, bam. This isn't a slideshow like I'm doing right now. This is a nice flow. So you're walking to the vehicle, you're talking it up a little bit, you're having fun. There it is again, have fun with the customer, and you're going to come right and do the walk around. There's a million ways to do it. A million ways to do it. Start from the tire, start from the hood, start from the rear. It doesn't honestly matter that much. Yeah, there's some tricks and tricks of the trade. You might find a way that you like a little bit better, but here's going to be the key things that actually matter during this walk around. One, it is time for you to put on a show, right? This is the sales time. This is the salesman time, right? We talk a lot about, well, we're not salesmen, we're product specialists. Okay, during this time, you're a salesperson 100%. No one's arguing with you. You have got to put on the show. You've got to get that buyer energy, that good energy, that falling in love with something, that having fun. That's what a salesperson does. This is the time to really make that happen and really make it shine. So, people buy in a great mood. You have to have the customer in an amazing mood. You have to have them love you because if they love you, they trust you. If they trust you, they buy from you. They'll go through the whole dang process and then have the great energy. Have fun during this, but get the customer engaged. If y'all haven't seen it yet, log on to Andy's YouTube channel. Check out his walk around video. He's got a great video jumping on the little side step thing there, touching under the hood. You got to do things like that with the customer. If it's a super clean car, heck, run your finger. I see not a dang speck on my finger. This thing's 2 years old and it's been kept that dang clean. We can't even get this level of cleanness in the detail shop. So think about how well the customer cared about it. Have fun. If it's got some big old running boards, jump on them. Talk about how sturdy it is. You know, the tires are great. Put your finger, have the customer put their finger in the tread. Hey, feel that real quick. You feel the wear bar? It's way down there, isn't it? Yeah. I don't even know if they use these dang tires. I think they might have put them on when they traded it in. I don't know. Crazy people. Who knows? When they're getting in the vehicle, let them get in it. Encourage them to get in it. Encourage them to touch stuff. If you've got a big old Suburban, it's got room in the back, Put the husband and wife in the back. Hey, do you guys see how the room is? Yeah, your kids are half your dang size. How much room are they going to have? Open the trunk. Can y'all fit? Heck, put a customer in the back of the not the trunk, but the back of a Suburban. Check this out. You could fit back there if you ever had to. Have fun. Get them engaged. Get them touching things, and just get them to enjoy this part of the process, because this is the part where they're going to start envisioning themselves in the car. From here, we flow right into the test drive. And I'll back up a little bit. Solve their problems. You don't want to oversell the car. You don't want to go, if it's, let's say, a soccer mom that's buying a minivan or whatever. I know I'm being a little stereotypical, but let's say that's your customer. She probably does not care about the horsepower, what transmission it has, as long as it shifts smooth and gets going. So focus on what she cares about. The room of the vehicle, that's going to solve a problem. You can fit a bunch of the soccer stuff in here, or golf equipment, or baseball equipment, whatever it is. It's a really smooth ride. And there's a lot of safety features. She doesn't care about the horsepower, so don't go to that route. Go to what's solving the problems that she has, what she doesn't like about the 91 Toyota 4Runner that she came on in. Yeah, it's beat up, it's kind of cramped, and it smells. The new one smells good. So, we get here, you're going to put someone in the driver's seat. It's simple. If you're doing a great job, if the walk around's so much fun, open the driver door, they'll walk right in. Next, you got to get them on a test drive. I don't care who you talk to or what you say. Yeah, you might sell that one customer without a test drive. Guess what? It's not the standard. Don't get held up on the test drive. If you need to work on some objections for test drive, Andy's got an awesome video, or give me a call. I'll put my number on later. But get the customer on the test drive. It's this simple. Hey, real quick, you love the vehicle, make sure the seat fits good, get that steering wheel exactly where you like it, put your hands on the steering wheel. Hey, real quick, put your foot on the brake, press that button, or twist the key, whatever it is nowadays. Go ahead and put the vehicle in drive. Hey, pull that way real quick for me. That's easy. 9 times out of 10, that'll work. If you've done everything to this point and you're having a good relationship with them, that will work. People don't come to a dealership to make friends. Why? If you go to Starbucks, you go to McDonald's, you ask, hey, what do you think of a car salesperson? Thief, liar, cheat, like nothing good. So when people go to a car dealership, they're not coming there to find a friend. So it's your job to get them to test drive that vehicle, because during the test drive, that's when they really start to imagine what it's going to feel like, what it's going to look like driving to work, what it's going to look like driving to the baseball game, what it's going to look like in their driveway. They're really getting the feel of the vehicle. And heck, I wouldn't buy a car that I hadn't test driven if it's something I'd never driven before. Why would they? So you get back from the test drive, they're having a great time. On the test drive, it's pretty simple. If the customers, let's say it's a couple, they're in the front seat. They're always in the front seat. You put them in the seat that they would typically ride in. If you've got a Suburban and they got 2 kids, guess what? You get in the 3rd row. Let the kids sit where they're going to sit. Let the wife and husband sit where they're going to sit. But if it's one person and they're a little nervous, or it's kind of awkward and you can just tell they're not opening, touching stuff, looking at stuff, loosen them up a bit. Casual conversation. Don't, make it so much conversation that they got to pay attention to you, not the car, not the road. But casual conversation. Hey, did you see this? Let me turn the radio on. What's your favorite? Just crank it a little bit, 1 or 2, just a little background noise. But if it's a couple and they're chatting with each other about the vehicle, how it works, how great it is, whatever, let them talk. Let them have fun. They're going through the imagination what if stage of their mind right now. And it's what if this is in my driveway later today. Let them have a good time. So you pull back to the lot. There's 2 real ways to do this. One, you don't have to be at the lot. We're going to go to step 5, which is the trial close. You don't have to be at the lot. One of my favorite was about a mile before the dealership. I had this little school that I used. Now I knew after hours, when most people shop and buy a car, and Saturday through Sunday, this was not used. It was an open parking lot. It had the customer pull there. Hey, I have a little experiment I want to do. Go ahead and pull into ABC school there. Okay, park there. Awesome. Hey, just get out real quick and, you got the keys? Okay, don't lock us out. Take a look at this vehicle from 50 feet away. I want you to look at it where there's nobody else, where there's no other cars here. There's nothing really going on. Is this vehicle something you guys could see in your driveway? That did 2 things for me. One, I had about a mile, so I knew I had about 2 minutes to get back to the dealership. One, if they just said, yeah, actually, I really like it, assuming the numbers are good, yeah, great, I've heard that before, let's move on. So that's a good one. And if they say, no, okay, what is it about it? I'm away from the dealership, I've taken the stress out of it. What is it about the vehicle that you just don't love? Let them talk. Because what happens is if I go back to the dealership and I get that no, hopefully I've gotten the reasons for the no, and rather than go back to the dealership and go, so you didn't like the, no, I'm going right into it. Hey, real quick, I'll be right back. Let me grab the keys, and I'm going to snag the next vehicle. I'm going to grab the one that I should have picked first, but I missed something. So hopefully I got rid of that miss, and I'm going right into it. I'm going right back into the process. Back to step 3, showing them the vehicle. Hey, this is why this is better than that. It has this. You said you didn't like that. We're good here. Hey, real quick, we don't have to go on the full test drive, but I do want you to drive it to make sure we didn't miss anything else. Bam, we love it. Perfect. Pull the bad boy in. Sold row. Let's freaking go. So that's how easy the trial close is on or off the lot. I like off the lot because it gives that away from the dealership relaxed feel, and you can get the answers to the test for when you get to the dealership. You have a couple minutes to think about it if you need to think about anything. Simple question. Hey, if the numbers are right, will you be taking this vehicle home tonight? That's kind of standard. That's entry level. But you can use something like that, or you can get a little more creative. You can have fun with it. Fill the customer out. Have a couple things lined up in the back pocket, ready to go, and trial close. Trial close is important because it lets you know what to do. Next, trade evaluation. I do want to say on this step, this is really the only step that can be moved almost anywhere. It could be moved anywhere after fact find and qualify. Heck, sometimes it could become before fact find and qualify, and I actually like it up early. Why? Because customers know their trade. A lot of times people are hesitant coming to a dealership. They don't always want to open up, so you can use their own trade to let them open up. Hey, real quick, like this is a beautiful Honda Civic. Tell me about it. How long have you owned it? What's your favorite trip you've been in? Just get them talking about their car and do the trade evaluation right there. The other key to that is you can ask those simple questions. Hey, looking at your current trade right now, what are 3 things you absolutely couldn't have? Or what are 3 things that you absolutely love that you have to have? Get answers to the test later. So I personally like to trade a little bit before step 6, but this is kind of the old school original 10 steps to the sale. Now, if you get here, you could still do the trade evaluation, so don't get scared if you didn't do it before you went on a test drive. It's totally fine. I personally like doing it early on. So this step, like I said, can be moved around. 3, 4, heck, could be 5, I don't know. Put it where you need it because you can build a lot of rapport in this too. Bring the customer with you is key though. You're going to have the customer with you. Why? Because you're going to have them sell you their car like they were selling it to a 16-year-old kid. And from there, ask them questions about their car. You never want to say anything negative. You still want to have fun and keep it positive, but in the back of their minds, you're putting that little bit of doubt because if they got a scratch, guess what? We're going to have to fix that scratch. So, the vehicle isn't a 10 out of 10, so we can't rate it a 10 out of 10. Do that little silent touch, walk around, smile. Yep, I see that, I got that. Ask them, hey, real quick, just a curious question because my service manager is going to want to know, is there anything, what have you done with the vehicle as far as maintenance goes? Other than oil changes and tire rotations, what maintenance have you done in, let's say, the last 24 months? Quiet, let them talk. Store this, Rolodex that, write it down if you have to, because you're going to use it later. We'll talk about that in another video, but those are key questions. There's a few of them, but that one's huge. What service, other than oil changes and tire rotations, have you done in the last 24 months? Keep those stored. We'll use them later. We'll cover them in another video. Presenting the numbers. So, we get the trade evaluation. We've got the trial closed. We go sit them down. You bring them the hot coffee, cold water, whatever it is, make them a little comfortable. You go to your sales desk, hey, yep, they're here to buy, they're ready to buy, if the numbers are good, however your store does it, it works. You go out there, you present the numbers. There's a couple things you have to have. One, confidence at this point is absolutely key. Absolutely key. People are going to talk about numbers with people they trust. Financial advisors. If you go see a financial advisor and he looks like crap, his suit's huge, there's a rip in the sleeve, he stinks, like, are you going to be talking to him about your finance? No, you're not. So you need to be that level of professional as well. That's why you dress well, that's why you talk well, and that's why you seem like someone that knows what the heck they're talking about. So know what the heck you're talking about. So confidence at this point is key. Even if you're off on a little area or you don't really know, fake it, because you will need to have the confidence. Professionalism with a touch of fun. You don't need to be so straight line and streamlined that it's like, oh my gosh, this guy, he was definitely an accountant if he wasn't selling cars, honey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't be that guy. No offense to accountants, but have a little fun with them, but be professional with it. Know the pencil. And when I say know the pencil, whatever version you're using, whether it's a 4-square, your managers are writing out with a Sharpie, you've got a cool dealer track or a dealer socket printout, whatever it is, know where stuff is, know where the trade is, know where the money down is. Don't be the salesperson that goes out there and reads a pencil for the first time even though they've seen it 12 times and be all over the place. If you're brand new to sales, ask your managers to print you 3 or 4 random pencils and go close a wall. Have fun with it, read through it, know where stuff is, know where the trade is, know where the money down is, know where all the elements of it are, and then close it. I wrote this: slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Be careful with this statement. You don't want to go through it super slow where you bore someone or you give them time to think of some crazy scenarios or something like that. But at the same time, if you're sitting there talking like this and you're trying to go through a pencil, they're going to eventually get confused when you're talking about the money down, the down payment and everything. You seem sketchy, right? Be clear, be concise, be to the point, and have the confidence and smoothly get through it quickly. Make sense? Cool, let's move on. So, presenting the pencil. Now, the key to this part is if you did the first 7 steps correctly, I hope we don't have to go. We could skip step 8, right? Because step 8, negotiation, right? Negotiation is the fun part. Now, if you killed it on all the other 7 steps, you're going to eliminate the negotiation quite often, or it's going to be a 1 pencil close. Well, could we get a better price? Well, unfortunately here at ABC, I appreciate you asking that question. Here at ABC Motors, we actually use market-based pricing. You hit one of those close, bam, you close the deal. It's a soft objection. They move forward. They buy the car. It's all happy. So the better you do 1 through 7, the easier this is. But let's say it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit rough. You're going to have to grind it. You're going to have to go get your money. You're going to have to go sell the dang car. Remember, it's your job to sell the car. The customer wants it. They may need it. It's your job to accomplish the mission for them. Are you the best salesperson out there? Do you truly believe that, or do you intend to be the best? I want you to remember this. If you don't get through this step, you have done the customer a disservice and letting them go get served by some average salesperson. Be the sales professional. So, you come to negotiation. It's still time to become the fun professional. It doesn't need to be super serious because it's not that serious of a transaction, people. This is easy. We do it all day. People buy cars every day. You don't want it to seem like it's a life or death situation, but you want to seem like it's a professional transaction happening. Next, when talking about money, you must seem like a trusted advisor. That goes back into it. Dress like it, sound like it, know your stuff. That's simple. The confidence, you're going to seem like a trusted advisor. Confidence is key, and do not get triggered. Here's the best thing to do if you get hit with an objection you don't know how to handle. Smile and look at them and still have fun. Don't get that triggered face of, oh shoot. Now it'll throw it off. They know they did one. They know there's something there. We're all smart. We're all salespeople. I don't care if you don't think you sell something, you sell something. Do you have a relationship with your kids? Relationship with another human on earth? Guess what? You had to sell them to want to put up with you. It's that simple. So they can read it if you're fake. They can read it if you get triggered. Don't get triggered. Just in your mind think, oh man, someone told me one day it takes 8 no's to get a yes. So they just told me no there, no here. Okay, that's 2. I've only got to get 4 more or 5 more. We'll work on math next week. But I just got 1 step closer to a sale. Yes. Hopefully you know what to say and how to handle it, but don't get triggered. Have fun. Let's move forward. So guess what? This part I love because you just got done through negotiation. You got the yes, sign here, sign there, 3 copies, press hard, however you guys do it. Now you're moving on to prepping the documents and getting them to finance. Now I'm going to share a little inside secret with you guys, especially if you're newer, you've been doing it for a while and don't do this. I'm gonna make every finance manager's dreams come true if you just listen to this. And what comes around, last thing I said, what comes around does go around. So take care of your finance team, take care of your service advisor team, take care of your BDC, it comes back to you. So how do we take care of finance? 1, most information should have already been collected anyways. So the rest of it you gotta get, hopefully it's quick, it's fast, it's to the point, you have it ready. Why? Because you want to get your deal into that box, into that file, into that pile, whatever they do, as quick as you can. Because we all know we've sat and waited for a few hours, 5 hours, 8 hours for finance. You're going to kill your customer if you do that. So get it in there quick, but get it in there accurately. 2 reasons. Some finance managers I've seen, they'll just throw it on the floor, kick it back into the pile, go fix your crap, deal with your customer. Not the way you treat customers, not the way you need to, give something to your finance team. It's your responsibility to have the correct paperwork. As a new salesperson, if you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't know what's going on, ask your desk to role play a few with you. Hey, I'm going to go do a credit app. I'm going to kind of fake it. Could you guys print me out a fake deal? I want to make sure I get all the paperwork. Do it 5 times. It'll take you a day or 2. And then when you get that customer, you'll be so freaking smooth, they won't even care. So bam, paperwork's done accurately. It's done correctly. You're getting it to finance. They're getting it, typing it in, putting it in, printing the docs. Here's what I love. This will change the dealership for you. Prep the finance manager. Give a good word for the finance manager. What comes around goes around. What I mean by that is this is what I always did for my finance manager. Hey, I'm not going to use his real name, but hey, Steve, he's an amazing, amazing gentleman. Like, you're going to love him. He's got 20 years of experience. I've been around for a little bit of time. I've never seen someone so good at his job as Steve. Definitely pay attention to what he says. The guy's a genius, and he's just super nice, right? Because Steve probably doesn't have the same rapport that you have as the customer. So what you're trying to do is share a little bit of your rapport with that finance manager, and that's going to help him out on his job. It's going to make it go smoother. It's going to be less hesitation, less of the new guy feel. And if Steve is like, oh my gosh, Billy, man, you're the best salesperson I know, Billy, because every single deal, they come in and they just love me. They love you. They're in such a great mood. I think Steve's going to go a little out of his way. You'd be surprised how many repeat and referral customers a finance manager gets. Keep that one in mind. Little pro tip. All right. Next, congratulations, you've gotten to the delivery. You're almost damn done. So, the delivery. It's simple, but this right here will make you more money in the long run. So, make sure the customer is still excited before they leave. Maybe they got beat up a little bit in finance. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they're hungry. Get them excited again. Resell the car real quick. Just a quick little thing here or there. Remember how much you guys love it? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Look how clean it is now. We got all that. Tire black's looking good. Whatever it is, get them excited. Make sure you get that smile. Get them on social media. Get them on your social media. Please, we'll cover that later, but if you could just remember that, try to do it, get some of them on, it's gold. Get a photo of them. You're going to post that on social media. This is a great time to ask for referrals. A lot of people are afraid to ask for referrals right now, but if you've done a great job, they will give you referrals. People love to know a doctor, a lawyer, all these like trade professions. They always have a guy and they're excited to share their guy with them. They will share their car guy with them if they are treated with above average service. So try to go for referrals. Give them multiple points of contacts. Hey, you can hit me up on Facebook. I mean it. If you guys ever have anything, hit me up on Facebook. If you just can't remember it, whatever. Cell phone, dealership phone. Give them a card. Get them all your information and prep them for future follow-up. You just finished the car deal. Congratulations. Go celebrate. Make sure you watch this. Heck, I'd watch it at least once a month, once a week. Whether you've been selling cars for 13 seconds or 13 years, it's always great to have a refresher. You having a bad month? Make sure you take it back to the basics. Don't try to go too crazy. Car sales is not that difficult, but when you start becoming a professional and a master of your craft, car sales will open up the damn world to you. So if you want a free copy of this slideshow, please just text me 10 steps to 503-830-9773. I'll shoot you the slide deck, and hell, I might even have a little bit of extra for you.